Today, we will be exploring the wonderful world of Greek life and the history and impact of Phi Beta Sigma. Welcome to Campus Currents. I'm your host, Alicia. Today, I have a member, Martilis Zaville.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Good. Let's get right into it.
Of course.
Can you share with us the history and the significance of Phi Beta Sigma in the Greek community?
Of course. So Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated was founded at Howard University, January 9th, 1914. It was founded by Abraham Langston Taylor, Charles Ignatius Brown, and Leonard Francis Morris. These three men had the idea of bringing something or starting something that was bigger than themselves that would help serve our community and also help give back and uplift one another.
Right. Now, can you take us on your journey of how you joined and why?
Of course. So coming into college, I didn't really know much about myself. I knew I was changing. I couldn't stay the same person I was in high school, always goofy or whatever. And I want to leave some type of legacy or create some type of legacy for myself. So when I was introduced to Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, I did my homework, I did my research, I seen what they meant for the organization, I seen what they meant towards the community that they served, and I was like, I want to be a part of something bigger than myself. So first chance I got to join, I joined, and I don't regret it since.
Great. Where did you join?
So since there's no Greek life, or at least no Divine Nine on campus, I was able to do an associate membership. So I was able to join a grad chapter in Broward County, Florida. And even as a collegiate, I was still able to go through that process and still make it out on the other side as a member.
Nice. In your opinion, what qualities and characteristics define a Sigma man?
I think the characteristics that define someone that would be a Sigma man, not only your ability to lead, but your ability to be led. A lot of people be stubborn, a lot of people throw fits whenever they don't get their way. It's like, oh, it's my way or no way. Sometimes you have to take a step back and realize it could be a learning experience. It could be something that could better me, something that could help me in my overall goal as to who I'm trying to be and the legacy I'm trying to leave. Honestly, I think the characteristic we're looking for is someone that care about other people, that don't mind helping or lending a helping hand to other people when they need it.
How does Phi Beta Sigma help members after graduation?
That's great. After graduation, there's if we know a brother who might be in the same field or job category that we are seeking ourselves in, sometimes that could be a great networking opportunity, a great gateway opportunity. It spans more than just school. A lot of people think, oh, I joined a fraternity. I was in one when I was in school. It's a lifetime commitment that will help you in. I have gotten internships, I've gotten in jobs, and I even got scholarships from my chapter of my fraternity. So it's something that always is there to help build us up and help us in any way we need. So it stands far past the just the parties or whatever on campus. It's an actual network and an actual brotherhood.
Right. Can we get into the stereotypes of Greek life? Can you?
Of course.
Yes.
So some of the biggest stereotypes is that, oh, as soon as they hear fraternities, they're like, oh, those are people that be dancing at the parties. And or sometimes they hear fraternities, they're like, oh, hazing, which is, it's been so much propaganda with certain movies or whatever out there that put a bad name on Greek life experience for both fraternities and sororities that a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get hazed. I don't want that. Here's the truth of it. Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity is a non-hazing organization. So that means the national headquarters said themselves, we do not haze. Yeah. If any chapter get caught hazing, if any chapter participate in hazing, they get their letters of snatch, they get hit with a fine, and they face potential jail time. Hazing is illegal in 44 states, so we take hazing very seriously. That's the biggest propaganda there is with joining a organization. And I feel like once people inform themselves or at least become more knowledgeable as to the thing or the organization that they're trying to join, they will see that, okay, maybe it's not all true. Maybe back in the day, but it's a new era, it's a new day, and it's new opportunities and chances to make sure you are safe this whole process.
All right. Are you the only member of your family in Greek life?
So of my immediate family, yes. My mother, she didn't pledge anything. My father didn't really pledge anything. But of outside my immediate family, there are some other Greeks. One of my aunts is a AKAs. One of my cousins is a Zeta. And my cousin, who is just a couple months older than me, he's an Alpha. So even though it wasn't immediate, it was always there. I just had to look for it and do my research, yeah.
All right. That's nice. Can you tell us about any highlights that y'all did in the community?
So we try to do plenty of community activities, as many as possible. One of my favorites, something that's kind of dear to my heart, is the Feed the Homeless. Every month, we help collaborate with our outside organization, where we help donate toiletries, collect funds. We cook food. Some of our members and other organizations, they cook food so we could serve it to homeless people. One Sunday every month, the third Sunday every month, we try to like have that as our give back. On average, on an average Sunday, we could serve like maybe 60 to 70 homeless people. So that's something that I find that I hold dear to my heart. So.
Ah, that's nice. How does Phi Beta Sigma help people personal growth?
Uh, in many aspects than just one. We don't just help our members. We have different initiatives that we have a social action initiative. So within that initiative, we help try and get people registered to vote. We try to inform people the importance of voting, how who you vote for matters, not just for the presidential election, but for our local elections. That way, whether it's something within your school zone, your housing laws, the local representatives that you elect or don't elect make all the difference. So we try to educate people on that, and it help with their growth. It help with the communities that we try to serve, because they know who's going to actually be there to help them. So.
Can you elaborate more on the brotherhood and uplifting one another?
Of course. So Phi Beta Sigma principles are brotherhood, scholarship, and service. Brotherhood is first because whether you came from a family where you have 10 brothers or you're the only child, it's something where we really try to hold each other accountable.
Right.
We try to hold each other accountable for our betterment, for the betterment of the organization, and even for our family's betterment. We take mental health days seriously. We have a mental health committee where we do mental health check-ins for the brothers that we haven't seen in a while, the brothers that left out of state to another chapter. Just like, okay, hey, I know it's been a while, but I still want to check in on you. I want to make sure you're okay. Is there anything you need? Or if it's even like, oh, I lost my job, we try to hold each other like, okay, hey, that's tough. How can we help you? How can we help you find a new job? What are you looking for? Are you, stuff of that nature? And then outside of just that, there's also just the social aspect. We do have monthly hangouts or social gatherings, whether it's going to a bar, going to a restaurant, going to like a bowling alley. We do stuff that help strengthen our bonds, that create memories and really a positive atmosphere for each other so we can feel comfortable around each other.
Now, you said if they go to another chapter. What do you mean by that?
So, for example, I'm a collegiate here at Barry University. After I graduate, I can't always be on Barry University.
Right.
So, whenever I move or whatever case may be, there's always another chapter. Phi Beta Sigma is not just limited to one campus or one state. It's a national program. So if I happen to find a job in DC and I have to relocate, all it takes for me is to look up the local grad chapter, get in contact with them, and it's like the ball never stopped rolling. It's like I introduce myself to them, but we still do work for the greater good of the organization.
what advice would you give people who are interested in joining?
Okay. Best advice I would give is do your research. Know if this is the organization for you. Four, there are 5 other organizations. Make sure you know what organization you want to be a part of, what legacy you want to leave behind, what legacy you want to join. So, first and foremost, do your research, do your homework. Make sure the fraternity you pick align with your own personal values. Second, if you have any interest, if you know the organization that you're gonna pick, make it known. Like, I know back in the day it used to be discreet, whatever, but sometimes all it just takes is showing up to an event, showing up to a event that the fraternity might be hosting or sorority might be hosting, and getting acquainted, seeing what they are about furthermore by coming to those events, by asking what are the requirements or qualifications, what you need to have coming to the interest meeting. So even if you feel like you know everything, still come to that interest meeting so you can learn even more, so you can see the actual truth from the perspective of the members themselves. So stuff of that nature could help you if you are interested.
Can you tell us about any upcoming events that y'all have?
Of course. So on Berry Inn, there's no upcoming events. However, if you live within the Broward community, we have a March Madness parlay. So if you want to participate while March Madness is still going on, you are likely to win half of the pot, so which is up to $500, depending on how many people participate. We have a Relay for Life, which is a initiative that we have where we try to fundraise not for the chapter, not for the organization, but for a cause greater than our own, supporting children born with any birth defects or diseases that may be life-threatening, to help fund the research to help cater to those people, those babies and children who might have those certain defects. We also have a street cleanup where we just pick up the trash and making our neighborhood looking better. So.
Nice. Finally, how do you see Phi Beta Sigma continuing to grow as a community?
Okay, so even though there's nothing chartered on Berry campus yet, it doesn't just stop at Berry. And that's the greatest thing there is. It's not just limited to Berry. Just because I wasn't able to maybe charter a chapter here at Berry doesn't mean this fraternity will stop doing all the movement or stop growing. This fraternity is literally something bigger than ourselves. So it's something where we are constantly evolving, constantly finding ways to help out our fellow brother, our fellow man, help out our community, help out the people that matter to us, the people that look like us. So it's never gonna stop. And I believe because of that, because we are constantly moving forward, people will see the visibility, people will see the characteristics from our members just by how they carry themselves, by the work that they do, by the networking that they have. And from that, we would get the interest, the true interest, the people who really want to be a part of something. And granted, this doesn't make my personality, it doesn't make anybody's personality. The letters doesn't make the man make the letters. So depending on the characteristic of whatever brother that's represented, determines the quality of the fraternity from an outside perspective, and that's how we grow, and that's how we continue to grow, even though we have over 500,000 members nationwide. So,
Nice. Is there anything else you want to tell our audience?
So, if you see a QR code around Berry campus, if you see a QR code anywhere that says Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, please scan that QR code so you can find out more information for yourself. So I'm not just the only mouthpiece, so you can actually do your research and learn about us. That's all I gotta say.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
I
for
really
having
enjoyed
me.
this.
I really appreciate it.
I'll see you next week on Campus Currents. Bye.